Hello student, welcome back to my class. Today I am going to discuss about the economic importance of virus with reference to vaccine production. This is your paper C1 Phycology and Microbiology. So firstly you have to know what is virus. A virus is a very small collection of genetic code, either DNA or RNA, surrounded by a protein code. A virus cannot replicate alone. Now the virus is a very pandemic issue in the whole world. Vaccine is a biological substance that when introduced to an organism develops immunity in the organism for the particular disease. When a vaccine is injected into the organism, the latter develops antibodies which remain in the body of the organism and fight in future with the virus or virus toxins. Okay. Then there are so many roles in vaccine production. You have to study what are the role of virus in vaccine production. Vaccines are made by taking virus or bacteria and weakening them so that they cannot reproduce themselves very well and so that they cannot replicate at all. Children give vaccines, there are so many vaccines which given to you also. No? These are 3 live vaccines, that is measles, mumps, rubella, etc. Then smallpox, yellow fever. These are called live vaccines. The vaccine firstly discovered by Edward Jenner in 1796 for smallpox. Okay. 1796. Then later some bacterial vaccines were there. The bacterial vaccines created by Louis Pasteur in 1880. But here you have to firstly study about the role of viral vaccine. Okay. Then there are some pathogens for inactivated vaccines are grown under control condition and are killed as a means to reduce inactivity and thus prevent infection from the vaccine. Control condition means always vaccines are produced in laboratory. Then these are some virus, these are some name of the virus, and these are some disease condition, and these are some name of vaccines. These are brands. Suppose dengue virus. These are dengue fever and vaccines, dengue vaccine, and these are some brands. So dengue vaccine is applied in dengue fever. Okay, and these are hepatitis B vaccines, hepatitis B and hepatitis B vaccines, then hepatitis E virus and hepatitis E vaccines. There are so many vaccines. There are there in the world. Then there are different types of advantages and disadvantages of vaccines. There are so many types of vaccines. I have already said that some attenuated live vaccines and some inactivated or kill virus vaccines. Okay. Then attenuated live vaccines called such type of vaccine contain live viruses. Okay. Whose activities and virulence have been attenuated, or attenuated means suppressed. So what are the main disadvantages of viruses? Some vaccines, some vaccines cause a temporary headache, fatigue, or loss of appetite. Daily child, sometimes you may have fever also. No? So there are so many advantages and disadvantages. I'll show you the next slide. When fever people are immunized, the number of cases disease increases. The chance of falling seriously ill or dying from the disease may be far greater than the chance of experiencing a serious side effect. Using a vaccine may be much cheaper than treating a very ill person. There are so many advantages and disadvantages. There are also some toxic vaccine. Toxic vaccine means they contain toxic substances, and they are called toxic vaccine. They are the inactivated vaccines required to given in multiple doses. They are always inactivated, and so they are required multiple doses, not 1 or 2 doses. Okay. Then these are some advantages and disadvantages of vaccines. What are the main advantages? There are so many advantages and disadvantages. Here I have shown only one or two points here. Okay. Safe to use. Advantages. These are some advantages. Safe to use and can be given to immunodeficient and pregnant individuals. This is the advantages. Then cheaper than live attenuate vaccine. Then storage not a critical as live vaccines. Okay, these are some advantages. There are so many advantages of viruses. So many advanced virus vaccines, and these are some disadvantages I have shown here. You see, microorganisms cannot multiply, so periodic boosters must be given to maintain immunity. Only humoral immunity can be induced. Most kill vaccines have to be injected. Some vaccines, such as Botella, process induce ill effects like post-vaccinal anaphylaxis. Inactivation, such as by formaldehyde in the case of the chalk vaccines, may alter antigenicity. Okay, there are so many advantages or disadvantages. I have not shown here. You read in your book. Then next, then the vaccine, production of vaccine and the trend. What are the main production of vaccine? What are the trend? Here, a vaccine that modifies the progression of a disease and on the arrives in clinical use to let alter disease or progression, save life. It means vaccine production either in laboratory or in large industrial scale. I have already said you. And some antigens are generated by growing viruses. Then recombinant proteins derived from viruses. The viruses is a combination of protein, some protein-like substances, and recombinant protein from the viruses. Okay, these antigens after their production are then isolated and purified by various techniques like ultrafiltration, then column chromatography, etc. The nutrient for vaccine production are suppose, for example, development of vaccines for adolescent and adults in addition to the children. Then new methods of administering the vaccines. Then development of synthetic vaccines. Then there are some edible vaccines, and so there are so many vaccines in the world. The development of robust manufacturing process will be needed. Then viruses in diagnosis in research. I have done vaccines, some inactive vaccines I have already said. Inactive vaccines we have to push in several doses. There are some whole vaccine virus or there are subunit vaccines. Subunit vaccines and whole virus vaccines are some example of inactivated virus. Okay. Then some attenuate virus, live virus, attenuate virus. Always we have kept the vaccines in 25 degree centigrade or more or less 1 or 2 degree. Then these are some new trends in vaccine production. What are the main new trends? Main new trends, that is the vaccine development remains challenging because of the highly sophisticated evasion mechanism of pathogens for which vaccines are not yet available. These are some new trends. That is antigen discovery, immunological challenges, aspect of pathology and host responses, expanded testing and modeling of vaccines, then chloroplast-derived vaccines, antigen and therapeutics. There are also so many trends. There are so many trends for new trends in vaccine. How can we make the vaccine from virus? There are several trends. Okay. So this is all about a few discussion about the role of viruses in reference to vaccine production. If you have any confusion, then contact with me in my WhatsApp number. Okay. Thank you.